Hello YouTubers, here we are with another update where you're looking at a black screen. This is the latest batch of solo games goodies. Here is the first one that has arrived on the table. Xenoshift Dreadmar, the Kickstarter release. This is my latest solitaire game. This one arrived a few months back and I've only had a couple of games of it. It's pretty difficult to play, but you got lots and lots of stuff in the box. I bought it specifically for solo play, but as you can see, there's just an absolute ton of cards in there. I think as part of the Kickstarter stuff, we had all the gold cards and silver and shinies and stuff like that, but I've just not had time to play it and been going a bit mad lately with buying up new solo games everywhere. So Xenoshift Dreadmar, that's a game that's on the horizon, on the radar. If you'd like to see a playthrough of that one, let me know. Next game that's landed is Masmorra, Dungeons of Arcadia. Yet another Kickstarter that I backed some time ago, and this one recently plopped on the doorstep. I've done a painting tutorial on one of the miniatures, but this has got so much stuff in the box. If you like having goodies in your games, you're probably going to like the Cool Mini or Not Kickstarters generally. That was the fella I painted on camera. But Masmorra Dungeons of Arcadia, there's just lots and lots and lots of goodies in the box. And the game's not too bad, to be honest. I bought it purely for a solo game. So I've bought it with the intention of not playing it with any extra people at all. It's purely as a solo experience. And I'm hoping to paint other miniatures, but I think people want to see the miniatures painted, so I'll probably paint up a few more and try and get them done and dusted. But Masmorra, that was another game that's recently arrived, so that's the second new arrival into the solo gaming realm of the small robot household. Let's stick the lid back on that one and see what else we've got on the horizon. So that's Masmorra. Pandemic Iberia has arrived. I do not own a Pandemic game, so this game came up for sale on Amazon for I think something like £30, and at that price I felt it was probably a no-brainer. I think this is the deluxe edition or something. Oh, it's the limited collector's edition. I don't know what that means. I've played this 3 or 4 times, still haven't won, but it actually looks and plays, I think it's a bit different to regular Pandemic, because you can't cure the diseases. You only research the diseases and it gets a bit easier to clear them away. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm generally impressed with it. It's the artwork and things like that, and the general presentation of the game is nice. Is good, and I'm not a Pandemic player, so it's new to me, but the general presentation of the game is high, and the Iberia theme, lots of people who played Pandemic who purchased this one say this is quite a good theme. I was going to go for the Cthulhu version, but it was out of stock, so I didn't bother. Next game on the solo trail is Ancient Terrible Things. I purchased this second-hand off of one of the Facebook groups for board games in the UK, and I bought it and I have yet to get it to the table. So I've had a quick look and I've looked at some YouTube videos. I think Tragic the Blathering in Australia, I think he's done a playthrough of this. So I'll be watching his videos and seeing how he goes on this one as well, to see how to play it. But the artwork looks good, it looks nice. There's dice, always like throwing dice, that's always a plus and a bonus. Swag and things like that, and I don't know, it looks a bit, the game itself looks a tad simplistic or not much to it. I don't know. There could be more there than I'm seeing, but basically the playthrough that I've seen, it kind of looks like you do the same things over and over, and then there's not much variety in the game. Another game I purchased, which is hard to get up. Oh, it's Mechs versus Minions. Hang on, I'm gonna have to stand in camera. Ugh. Come on. Ugh. There we go. I believe this is completely soloable. Obviously, it's a co-op game, so you just take charge of more than one mech, and away you go. I've played the first 2 missions with my son, my 12-year-old son, and he's had a blast. It's quite good. And I think for the price, it's ridiculous. The amount of stuff that you get in the box for Mechs versus Minions is astounding. And we've not opened this box because the instructions have told us not to open that box. My son is dying to see what's inside, and we're not doing it. You get, I think you've probably seen lots of this, you get tons and tons of miniatures. They're all the same, they're all minions, and you've got your mechs, and you've got this thing. But we don't know what that is yet because we've not actually opened the book. We're on mission 3, I think. So we've completed mission 1, mission 2. We're playing it properly, and we're going through the campaign style. You get so much stuff in the box, and I think it was 70. I don't know what it was. It was something like 70 quid, $100, something like that. And the delivery was in a couple of days. Unbelievable! It weighs 6 kilograms. It's a massive game, but that is value for money. The next one, little old one-deck dungeon. Really impressed, really good. For a solo gamer, this is 1 or 2 player game specifically designed for solo people. They're even doing DLC. This was free from the developer. It was a new hero, which you could download. I think it was on their website, and there's links to it on Boardgame Geek. And you can print it out yourself. And it gives you a new hero to play and a new dungeon boss. The new dungeon boss was this fella, the Phoenix's Den. I've yet to play it. I had a look at it the other night, and Kaliana seems to be ridiculously hard to play because she has no health, no agility, and no sword dice, no fighting. I'm going to do a playthrough of this, I think. I'm going to do a how to play and set the board up and get everything going on One Deck Dungeon, because it seems to be very popular with the solo players, and you get to throw tons and tons of dice all the time. It's great. Nothing better than chucking loads of dice each game you play. That is one of the latest tools. I've had probably 4 or 5 games of that at the moment, and I haven't won. Highly recommended. What else are we on? Oh, just acquired the Dunwich Legacy and Carnival of Horrors. Carnival of Horrors scenario pack for Arkham Horror the card game. I've not even managed to play the latest expansion, yet I've still bought this, even though I've not had time to play the latest expansion that I've got. It's just nice to have this stuff, isn't it? So I'm going to get back into Arkham Horror ASAP as soon as I get the time. But something that might be in the way is I've just managed on the Facebook groups again to pick up a copy of Eldritch Horror. So while I was out and about yesterday, I bought the Strange Remnants expansion because why not? I was in a hobby shop and I saw it, and people are constantly saying how good Eldritch Horror is for the solo player. So I picked this one up. I ain't got a clue how to play the game. I'm going to be hunting around looking for guides and playthroughs today, and well, hopefully it'll arrive tomorrow. The actual base game will arrive, and then I'll look at this expansion. No idea how it plays, if it's any good, if it's the good expansion or the bad one. We shall see. Get that across there. I'm probably... I think I fancy doing a playthrough of... because he's a nice little dice chucker, and for some reason I'm in the dice mood at the moment. Xeno Shift is okay. It's hard as nails. It's bloody relentless. You start playing and you just get demolished straight away. I'm tempted to do Mechs versus Minions, but I want to go through the campaign with my boy, really, so I might have a look at that after we've finished the campaign. Eldritch Horror, is that good solo? Let me know in the comments. One Deck Dungeon, I'm going to do a how to play. I've written a script, so I'm going to do a how to play on One Deck Dungeon, and we'll get that one on the channel of the game setup and what everything means on the cards. I think there's some confusion according to Board Game Geek. I'm checking it out. Ancient Terrible Things, that may well leave my collection, my solo collection, which is getting bigger and bigger. That may well leave the collection purely because I don't know. I thought it was going to be a game that I wanted to keep, but at the moment, just can't be bothered to play it. It's a bit of a weird one. I'll put it on the shelf, and it may come out in a few weeks or a few months' time, and we'll go from there. But have you been expanding your solo games? I've spent quite a bit of money because bloody Kickstarters were landing and I forgot that I purchased them. And I think there's a few more coming as well shortly. There's, what is there? Darkest Midnight, what's it called? By Corminal, Darkest Dungeon, I don't know, something like that. I think I backed that one as well. And that's on its way. I also backed the board game from the video game. It was, what was it called? With the war child. This War of Mine, which we're getting a lot of updates from the Polish developers stating us that they're going to be coming soon. So This War of Mine will be landing as well. Unfortunately, one of my games from my top 6 solo games has left me. That was Dawn of the Zeds. I swapped it. Well, I sold it for, I don't know, 60, 70 quid, and I basically swapped it for Eldritch Horror and One Deck Dungeon and Tiny Epic Galaxies, so that's not a bad trade, I don't think. I got the Eldritch Horror base game, One Deck Dungeon and Tiny Epic Galaxies in trade for Dawn of the Zeds, 3rd edition. Dawn of the Zeds was gone. I got rid of it purely because it failed my getting to the table test. I hadn't played it for quite a while, and every time I got the board out to start playing it, it filled me with a bit of dread, thinking, oh, the setup. So that one's gone out the door and it's being replaced by smaller games, which is quite odd. But let me know if you'd like to see a playthrough. Masmora, Xeno Shift, One Deck Dungeon, Eldritch Horror, Pandemic Iberia, Mechs vs Minions. Have you picked these up? Are you going to pick them up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Subscribe and like. Happy gaming, everybody.